Hello, and welcome to Stretching the Word. I'm your host, Sister Valerie, and not today, devil, just not this year. If I was to pose the question as to who in your life do you have high regard for? Who do you have great respect for? If you was going to use the word awe, what name would come to mind? You would go, you know. If I was to ask that question, who would you think of? Some of us would think of our parents. Some of us would think of teachers that we've had. Some of us might think of pastors. Some of us might think of great leaders, the freedom fighters, But who would you think of if I posed that question to you? But now, let me read something now that I asked. Who would you think of, and who do you hold in high respect, and who do you have high regard for and great esteem for? Now, those are all words that can be used instead of the word that we're going to be talking about. It says deep respect for someone or something. That's when it's used as a noun. And when it's used as a verb, it says regard or treat with deep respect. Now, take a minute. I said high esteem, high regard. You think about this person, you just go, ah, like they're so marvelous, they're magnificent, they're just, as we say, the cats meow, they're just that person that you behold and put up almost on a pedestal. When you, as they say, when you grow up, you want to be like them. You set them as a role model. Like I said, I tossed out a few things that, names and people that people would normally say. But 9 times out of 10, nobody would say that they reverence God. I want to talk about reverence. That's what all of that was about. Having high esteem and lifting up and having high regard. It's not that we don't do that, some of us, but when we're asked and posed the question to about who we reverence, most of us would not say God. That's just our human nature. Now if we on in the church world or something, first, oh yeah, God, 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 I reverence God. Well, why and how is it that when we're asked that question anywhere else, we come up with everybody else's name except God? If we're in the church world going, I reverence God, I reverence the Lord, I reverence Him. He's in high esteem. I just, and we just, yay, 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 yay. All of a sudden we become that cheerleader for God. And yes, reverence Him. Yes, praise Him. Yes, have high esteem and just high regard for Him. But elsewhere, it's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, by the way, I reverence God too. But I thought you was talking about something else. That's what we go to that. Well, I thought you was talking about something else. The question is simple. Who do we hold in high regard, in high esteem? Who do we think is awesome? You know. And when it's all said and done, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, they deserve to be reverenced. They're the only ones that we can truly, 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 place on a pedestal. Yes, I'm not knocking our parents, I'm not knocking anybody. But they're the only ones that can truly be placed on a pedestal. And that's because they're the only ones that are perfect. Everybody else have faltered, have made mistakes. But the Trinity has never made a mistake. They've never faltered. So they have that right. So the next time you think about holding somebody in high regard and in high esteem, first thing that should come to your mind is God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. And we give them all the glory. We put them on the pedestal. We go, when we hear their name. And we know that they're worthy of being reverenced.